write one thought per card, no more. The discipline of the confined, the index card does not implore. The rambling of the untrained mind, 3 inches wide and 5 across, a rectangle of concentrated space. The index card does not suffer loss of focus in its tiny face. The pen must choose the words with care. The real estate is limited. The index card demands you pair the thought to the most fitted. I stack them in a metal box, arranged by topic and by date. The index cards are building blocks of everything I need to state in the presentation, or the thesis, or the novel, or the talk. The index card releases the pressure of the mental block, because the whole is overwhelming, but the card is just one thought. The index card is the helming of the scattered into what I saw. Index card, just one idea, just one sentence, just one spark. Index card, the path is clear when the focus finds its mark. 3 by 5 is all the room I need to make the thinking clean. Index card inside the bloom of the smallest space I have ever seen. The color-coded system works. The blue cards are the evidence. The yellow cards are where the quirks of the argument find residence. The pink cards are the questions still unanswered, and the white are the facts. The index card fulfills the will of the organized and the exacts. I shuffle them like playing cards and lay them out upon the floor. The index cards are the disregards of chaos and the opening door. The novelist kept index cards pinned to a corkboard on the wall, each chapter plotted in the shards of 3 by 5 from spring to fall. The scientist kept index cards in shoe boxes beneath the desk. The greatest minds, the brightest stars, reduced the complex to the crest of tiny paper and a pen, and found that limitation was the greatest friend of thinking when the focus needed a smaller cause. I have 200 cards tonight, arranged in 7 neat piles. The index cards caught every flight of thinking across the miles of research and of reading and of sitting at the desk for weeks. The index card in my hand is the system that everyone seeks. The simple, the portable, the clear, the analog in the digital age. The index card is the frontier of the focused writer's stage. Index card, the box is full, the thinking has been sorted through. Index card, the beautiful, constrained to 3 by 5 I drew. One idea and one spark on every card inside the tin. Index card, you hit the mark, the smallest space, the deepest wind. temperature, the gauge is climbing red to white. Inside the chamber, everything is being tested by the light of 1400 degrees. The clay is changing at the molecular, becoming glass, becoming stone, becoming something spectacular. I cannot rush this part, the heat must do the work at its own speed. The kiln does not negotiate, the kiln does not concede. I made the pieces weeks ago, my hands were wet, the wheel was spinning. Each bowl, each cup, each plate below was shaped at the very beginning by focus and by centered hands. The clay responds to pressure and to patience and to the demands of someone who can understand. That the forming is the first half, the firing is the second act. The kiln transforms the paragraph of wet clay into the final fact. Kiln, hold the heat, hold the time, hold the patience in the fire. Kiln, every piece of mine is climbing higher and higher. Through the temperature, through the change, through the chemistry of the flame. Kiln, the beautiful range of focus has a burning name. The people shows the cone is bending, a witness to the heat inside. The temperature is never ending, its rise until the cone has sighed and folded over, touching down the signal that the fire is done. The kiln has earned its burning crown, the transformation has begun and ended in the same slow breath. The clay is now ceramic stone, the kiln has conquered and the death of softness made the hardness known. You cannot open the kiln too soon, the thermal shock will crack the work. The patience after the firing is the tune that no impatient hand should ship. 20 hours of cooling down, of waiting while the heat retreats. The kiln demands the final crown of focus even as it sleeps. And this is what the craft has taught, that focus is not just the making, the focus is the afterthought, the patience while the world is baking. I opened the kiln on the second day, the heat still warm against my face. The pieces sit in their display, each one transformed in the embrace of fire and of patient time. The glaze has melted into glass, the colors born from the paradigm of chemistry and the kiln's first class. Attention to the temperature, the steady climb, the steady hold. The kiln is the architecture of the focused and the bold. Kiln, the fire has spoken, the pieces are complete and new. Kiln, nothing is broken that the focus could not see through. The heat, the time, the patience, the waiting for the cool. Kiln, in every nation the fire is the teacher and the The paperweight is made of glass, a sphere of frozen ocean blue. It sits upon the stack of pages, holding down what I've been through. Today in paragraphs and eddies, a manuscript in its third draft. The paperweight gives all the credit to the focus and the craft. It does not let the pages scatter when the window lets the breeze. The paperweight says nothing matters more than holding what you seize. I bought it at a coastal shop 10 years ago on holiday, a souvenir that would not stop being useful every day. The glass contains a tiny world of blue and white and swirling deep, a frozen wave forever curled, a captured ocean fast asleep. I look into it when the thinking gets too heavy for my head. The paperweight is the linking between the alive and the unsaid. Paperweight, hold the pages down, hold the focus, hold the stack. Paperweight, without a sound, keep the wandering from coming back. Small and heavy in the hand, a sphere of concentrated glass. Paperweight, you understand the weight of focus that must last. Beneath your belly is changing every time I sit and rewrite what I thought was telling, the story that I meant to fit inside the binding and the spine. The paperweight does not judge revision, it holds the old beside the fine with equal weight and equal vision. The pages curl without your help, the edges lift, the corners bend. The paperweight upon the shelf of progress is my focused friend. We need the weight to keep us down, to keep the work from flying off into the wind of the distraction's crown, where everything becomes the scoff of half attention and the breeze of notifications and the scroll. The paperweight says at ease, the work is here, the work is whole. Just hold it down and do the time. Just sit and do the patient word. The paperweight's devotion is the rhyme of the heaviest, lightest thing I've heard. The draft is done, I lift the glass. The pages breathe and separate, released from the paperweight's clasp. They fan across the desk like fate. dealing cards of finished work, each page a hand I played tonight. The paperweight did not shirk its duty in the focused fight. I set it on the windowsill, the blue glass catches morning light. The paperweight is patient still, ready for another night. Paperweight, you held the stack, you held the focus, held the page. Paperweight, without the slack of the distracted modern age. Small and heavy, full of ocean, sitting on my work-like trust. Paperweight, the quiet devotion of the permanent and the just. The signal starts as a single dot, a pulse so faint it barely reads. But I have learned to work with what the weakest frequency feeds. I amplify, I tune the dial, I filter out the static hits. The signal strength improves by mile as I remove the things I miss. The clarity is not a gift, the clarity is what remains when every interference rift has been identified and swim in static. The modern world is interference. The signal of the work is automatic when you eliminate the appearance of urgency that is not urgent, of importance that is not important. The signal strength becomes the surgeon that removes the noises compartment. And what is left is pure and strong, a beam of concentrated will. The signal strength has been along for the ride, but was lost until you turn the noise down, turn the dial, and let the signals find its peak. The signal strength across the mile of focus is the thing you seek. Full force, the signal is at maximum. The work is flowing unimpeded. The bandwidth of my attention's axiom is exactly for the task needed. No buffering, no dropped connection. The signal strength is the foundation of every disruptive intersection of effort and intelligence. And the work completes, the signal holds. The transmission was received tonight. The signal strength is what unfolds when you tune the focus head. Signal strength at maximum now. The noise is gone, the channel clear. Signal strength, I remember how the focus feels when it is here. The work full of feels, no prick, risk one. I have sung across the night. The signal strength of the work is done. The signal and the focus
The map is empty and the pen is loaded with the darkest ink. I start at the corner and begin to draw the world the way I think. It ought to look from coast to coast, from mountain range to valley floor. The cartographer cares the most about the things that we ignore.
the tiny rivers and the roads that only locals ever use, the contour lines that carry loads of elevation data and the clues
to how the land actually breathes beneath our feet, beneath our tires. The cartographer believes in accuracy that never tires.
I draw the border with a hand so steady that the line could be a wire stretched across the land, from the mountain to the sea.
The symbols in the legend box are miniature and precise, each one a key that unlocks a feature at a certain price.
Of focus and of patient craft, the cartographer does not guess. Every symbol fore and aft is measured and nothing less.
Cartographer, draw the world one line at a time. Cartographer,
Flag unfurled over every peak to climb.
the map is the focus, the detail is the art. Cartographer, the locus of the concentrated heart. The coastline takes the longest time, its fractal edge defies the pen. I zoom in and the simple line becomes 1,000 lines, and then 1,000 more, each inlet, each peninsula, each rocky shore. The cartographer must teach the eye to see what it saw before,
but closer with more resolution. The bay inside, the bay inside, the cove, the cartographic solution is to never simplify the tide.
before the satellite, before the drone and the digital scan, the cartographer would explore with a compass and a plan. And the map they brought back was a work of art and fact. Every mountain, every track was a focused, patient act.
We take for granted the precision of the world upon our screens, but every map began as a vision of a cartographer's patient means.
The map is finished, or at least this version of the truth I've drawn, from the western edge to the east, from midnight until dawn. The ink is dry, the legend full, the compass rose is pointing north. The cartographer's beautiful obsession has been brought forth.
Tomorrow there will be revisions. The world is always slightly changed. A river here, some new divisions. The map will be rearranged.
But tonight the focus thinned a plan, and the pen held the world in line. And the cartographer again made the invisible design. Cartographer, the world is drawn one line at a time, complete. Cartographer, from dusk to dawn, the map and the focus meet. The detail was the devotion, the patience was the art. Cartographer, every ocean was a chamber of the heart.
The progress bar is at 11% and I have learned to wait. The compile time is not a prison. The compile time is the gate between the code I wrote and the code that runs between the human and machine. The slow compile is the road from what I type to what I mean. I watch the percentage climb, each digit a small victory. The slow compile takes its time and I take mine in the factory of patience that the waiting builds. While the compiler reads my work, I read it too inside my head. The mental compile does not shirk from finding what should be said differently or structured tide comes in at 6:15. The tide goes out at 12:04. The numbers in the tide table are the rhythm of the shore. I work by tidal schedule now. The morning rise, the afternoon retreat. The focus ebbs and flows with the water, and the cycle is complete. When the tide is high, I work the hardest. When the tide recedes, I rest. The tide table is the compass that my concentration knows best. The spreadsheet fills with measured data. Each row a day, each column a task. The tide table is my alma mater for the discipline I ask of myself when the water pulls the attention from the solid ground. The tide table keeps me full of purpose when the noise is found. Lurking in the shallow waters, waiting for the focus to recede. The tide table is the quartermaster of my every need. Tide table, tell me when the water rises to the mark. Tide table, show me then the highest point before the dark. I will work, I will build in the window that you give. Tide table, I am filled with the rhythm of the tides I live. The nape tides give me gentle days. The spring tides push me to the edge. The tide table understands the ways that energy moves from the ledge to the valley and the back again. The focus is not constant, no. It rises and it falls, and then it rises with the lunar flow. I do not fight the low tide hours. I rest and sharpen and prepare for the high tide's concentrated powers when the work demands my care. The fishermen knew the tide table before the scientists wrote it down. They felt the pull, they read the fable of the moon's gravitational crown, and I have learned to feel it too. The internal tide that swells and drops, the rhythm of what I can do, and the wisdom of the stops. The tide table is the permission to focus hard and then to rest. The alternating of the mission with the recovery of the best. 6:15, the tide is rising. I feel it in my hands, my eyes. My focus is not surprising when I work with the tide's advice. The work flows in with the water. The problems solve like waves on sand. Each one arriving and departing exactly as the tide has planned. Tomorrow the table says the peak is 7 minutes later still. The tide is patient and the meek inherit the productive will. Tide table, the water's rising. The focus peaks at the highest mark. Tide table, not surprising that the rhythm beats the dark. I will work, I will ride the wave until it turns. Tide table and tide, the focus ebbs, the focus burns. The filament inside the bowl is glowing with a patient heat. A wire so thinly I can barely follow where its ends meet. But everything depends on this. The thinnest thread, the smallest part. The filament is the focus, the burning center of the art. It does not flicker, does not dim, as long as current passes through. The filament knows only one thing: to glow and glow and follow through. My concentration is a filament, thin and heated and alive. A wire stretched between the beginning and the deadline to arrive. If I bend, it breaks. If I overload, it burns to dust. The filament to focus must be handled with the lightest trust. Not too much and not too little. The current of attention flows through the thinnest, hardest middle of the wire that only patience knows. Filament burn steady, burn bright. Hold the current, hold the papers glow in the aureole. My pen follows its course like a moth around the filament, drawn to the warmth, the pull, the need to orbit something incandescent, something bright enough to lead the way through the paragraph, through the problem and the proof. The filament is the path from the basement to the roof. Edison tested 1,000 watts before he found the one that held 1,000 failures and 1,000 fires before the filament excelled. And focus is the same experiment, 1,000 attempts to hold the line before you find the permanent connection to the concentrated mind. The filament that does not break, the wire that sustains the heat, the focus for the focus' sake, the discipline that makes it complete. The bulb will burn out eventually, they always do, the wire gives in, but not tonight. Tonight the gently glowing filament will win against the dark, against the doubt, against the wandering that tries to pull me from the steady route. The filament illuminates and flies through the hours undiminished. The current strong, the glow sustained, the work beneath its light is finished, and the filament's relieved. Filament, you burn so steady through the night without a flare. Filament, I was not ready for how bright a single wire can care. Thin and hot and incandescent, the focus at its very core. Filament, you were the present, the light I had been searching for.
The foundry floor is hot and wide. The molds are set in rows of clay. The metal waits in the crucible. For the temperature of the day to reach the point of liquid gold, the point where solid becomes flow. The foundry focuses the mold. That shapes what the heat will show. I stand beside the furnace mouth and watch the color change the steel from black to red to white. The sound of the temperature reveal. A river of light, cascading from the lip of the pot into the mold that I built last night. From the pattern and the thought the final piece should be, the negative space of what I want. The foundry is the factory of the imagined and the formed, of everything that starts as heat and ends as form upon the ground. The foundry makes the incomplete become the permanent and the sound. Foundry pour the molten thought into the mold of discipline. Foundry everything I saw is in the fire and will begin of something solid from the liquid, something lasting from the heart. Foundry, every dream is vivid in the crucible of what I've got. The cooling takes its patient time. The mold must not be cracked too soon. The foundry's most important rhyme is the waiting for the afternoon of readiness when the metal's set its final crystal state. The foundry focus is the net that catches patience at the gate. I do not hurry, I have learned from every casting that I've cracked. The foundry focus must be earned by the discipline of holding back. The foundry is where thought becomes a thing you hold inside your hand, where the abstract and the burning comes together, and the focus can transform the mental to the physical, the idea to the artifact. The foundry's most empirical contribution is the focused act of making real what was not real, of giving way to what was there. The foundry teaches us to feel. The furnace room is in the basement, below the offices and the polite conversations of the management. I work down here at night. The pipes are overhead, the heat is constant and the hum is low. A mechanical heartbeat that sets the tempo and the flow of everything I build down here. The prototypes, the test runs, the first attempts at getting something clear from the engine of the unreversed. But for the ones who call it home, reminder, a constellation of the world. Each spark a tiny bright reminder that the furnace room does not shirk. From the hard, the heavy, the focus that the surface fears, the furnace room is always ready for the engineer who perseveres. Through the noise, the heat, the labor of making something from the raw, the furnace room is the neighbor of ambling his thing you saw. The surface world is air conditioned, polished and presented clean, but the furnace room is the commissioned officer of the unseen. Every product, every structure, every bridge and every rail began inside the puncture of the furnace room's exhale. The focus here is not aesthetic, it is functional and fierce. The furnace room is the Everleg, training ground of those who pierce through the problem to the core, where the solution waits in heat. The furnace room demands the more from everyone who takes a seat. The metal cools and holds its shape, the form I gave it with my hands. The furnace room is the landscape where focus meets the material demands. I clean the tools and kill the flame. The hum decreases and the heat begins its slow retreating gain. But the furnace room is complete. For tonight, at least until tomorrow, when the fire will burn again, and the focus will return to borrow another night from the engine's den. drafting table tilts at an angle, designed to keep the back from bending. The ruler slides the compass tangles with the pencil that I am sending across the paper in straight lines that intersect at calculated points. The drafting table is the mines where focus excavates the joints of every building, every bridge that started here beneath the lamp. The T-square on the paper's ridge is the engineer's postage stamp. I draw the elevation first. The face the building shows the street. Then the section where the worst of the structural demands meet. The creativity of space, the compromise of form and load. The drafting table is the place where beauty and the building code negotiate their differences in millimeters and in lines. The drafting table's references are the collected human designs of centuries of building tall and building wide and building strong. The drafting table holds them all, and the night is very long. Drafting table, hold the angle, hold the ruler, hold the thought. Drafting table in the tangle of the lines, the answers caught. Every elevation, every section, every plan and every view. Drafting table, the connection between the dream and the truth. The eraser shield is my favorite tool, a tiny metal plate with holes that lets me erase the small, the full precision of the architect's goals without disturbing the lines around the error that I need to fix. The drafting table's smallest sound is the scratch of graphite and the mix of rubber dust and paper grain. The archaeology of revision. The drafting table does not complain. It holds the work with equal vision. The CAD replaced the drafting table in most offices long ago. The screen replaced the cable of the parallel bar slow flow. But I keep mine in the corner of the studio where I work. finished, the set complete from plan to detail, the drafting table undiminished by the hours and the retail of my attention that I spent across its surface through the night. The drafting table was the tent beneath which the focus found its light. I rolled the drawings into tubes and capped them for the morning crew. The drafting table's quiet cubes of space held everything I drew. Drafting table, you held the angle, you held the ruler and the dream. Drafting table, in every tangle of the lines you held the seam. Every elevation stood, every section told its tale. Drafting table, you were good. The focus never frail.